Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Fueling the Dream here at Creative Works Farm, the proud home of Camp Light. Today we're working on framing some walls which are going to be used for our 40-foot snow tunnel. So we're building it all out of pressure treated material, and then we're going to end up painting the outside of it black so it kind of disappears into the background. But the tunnel will be made out of an old commercial water slide that will turn upside down. The 1/2-inch plywood is not the most forgiving thing to work with. It does kind of bow and swell and stuff, but it's a lot better than the OSB. It'll last longer for us. So trying to stand these walls up and make them where they stay on their own so that we can set the first slide piece on. Or as I say we, I mean me. So I'm just trying to test fit everything to see if this is actually going to work okay. Now these water slide pieces came from our good friend Mark Klein, which also happens to be our Grinch during Christmas. I think he picked these things up maybe from a water slide park or water park that was taken down in Virginia Beach, I believe. So he had a bunch of these pieces, and he made a little cave at Dinosaur Kingdom 2 up in Natural Bridge, which is actually his place, which is a super cool place to visit with your kids or family and check out the cool creations of Mark Klein and all the fun dinosaurs. But right now I'm trying to get this thing fastened and just kind of make sure everything's going to work. building these walls definitely proved to be a challenge because of the slide being tapered, sloped, different widths, different heights. So, I mean, it was quite a framing experience, but we got it all put together. It took a little bit of time, but it turned out really cool because the cave is, you know, tilted, twisted, and curved, which really, I think, is going to make a fun cave when it's all finished. And as you come out of the cave, you'll exit into a castle. So the castle is part of the Island of Misfit Toys, and then you'll be out on the island seeing some of the characters from the Island's Misfit Toys, plus some of the characters we created on our own. So this water slide had a few busted parts and pieces. I had to re-fiberglass back together, which again, thanks to my good friend Mark, I learned fiberglass from him and was able to repair all that stuff myself. So we'll get all this framed up and put together, and then we'll sheet the inside of it. And then the next fun part is moving it into the woods, into the location where it's going to live. So we're starting to carve the front of this out of some blocks of foam that I had. They've been left over for a few years in a trailer. So we're starting to carve a cave entrance using all different kinds of tools. So we use like an electric chainsaw. We have like hot wire foam cutting tools, which actually use 12-volt electricity. So you can actually make your own with a battery charger. So take the positive, negative side, put on each end of the wire, creates heat for the wire, and you can cut foam. We use welding wire and then build them out of PVC pipe, like a big giant C shape. And then a lot of hand sawing and rasping, wire brushing, like the wire brushes work really good on the foam. And then the plan is once we get it all built, at least the front entrance piece, that piece we'll take and actually have it bed liner sprayed. Since it'll be outside all the time, the bed liner sprays holds up really well. But this is quite a process and quite a messy process too. But the cool thing is that the big blocks of foam that we have, we got a whole trailer load of them from a local company in Fishersville that builds bridges. So they use the foam for forms and stuff for building different concrete sections of the bridge, and also for abutments for safety. but they have a lot of scrap pieces left over where the pieces just don't quite fit where they need it, but work actually perfect for what we're doing. So now we're starting to move into place the pieces. So it was a struggle just to get through the woods and actually put them where they're going. So me and Raymond and Zach all worked together to get this in place and bolted together. So we'd already put down a path of rock dust so that we can compact that down pretty tight and make it pretty accessible for everybody. You know, with it packed tight, actually wheelchairs and stuff like that can get through it as well. As you see, Raymond had to push one tree down out of the way. It was dead anyway. Now what was funny is we go to pick up, I think, the second one, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it rips the rebar that was fiberglassed in the top. It ripped it out of the top, so we actually had to come up with another way to strap it so that we could carry it back. So we put bolts in the sides of the walls and put the straps on those, and then was able to carry it. But when the water slide pieces were made, they actually had rebar bolted in, or actually fiberglassed into the bottom of them so they could pick them up with straps and move them when they were actually building the slide, I guess, 30, 40 years ago. This thing probably was built in the 80s, would be my guess. But yeah, we got it all in place, and I think we'll go on to carving here just shortly again. Now back to the carving part. So we're actually carving out of the bigger blocks of foam like I was talking about that we got from a local company. So we have a whole trailer load of those. We'll be able to build a lot of fun stuff. You'll see even more in other videos where we built a new entrance going up to the 3 attractions at Christmas Wonderland. So it looks kind of like a amusement park entrance. But yet again, we're just carving with electric chainsaw and hand saws and rasps and wire brush and the hot wire foam tool just to get shapes. And then we're pinning it together actually with the little metal stakes that are used for holding in insulation just to pin it together. And then they usually use like a polyurethane caulk, and it'll hold the foam together well enough that it'll be all stable when we take it to put it, get it bed liner sprayed. So we'll take that thing apart in 3 pieces to take it to get it sprayed, and then we'll assemble it when we get it back. So just finishing up carving. That was quite a chore. We probably had 30, 40 hours in that. I don't know, something like that. But here we are at Patriot Liners in Harrisonburg. Good friends of ours. They always help us out with projects. And they're spraying some of the bed liner spray on it for us. So they always take care of us because they know what all the money we're raising is going to help our kids at Camp Light. So they always treat us very fair. So good option for coat and foam if you want to make it extremely tough and durable. A big thanks to our friends at Davenport Insulation for coming in and spraying the foam. We used a closed-celled foam over top of the wood and fiberglass and foam structure we built. And from that, we coated it all. So there's the entrance kind of finished out. We still got more work to do on the front as far as decorating and building snow benches and stuff for photos. We're going to take a little stroll through the cave. So the cool thing is, you're going to see the cave here. We're going to take a walk through. And this is the finished product. And a little bit of preview of the castle walls that we built.